Hello, everybody. My name is Jen, and I'm with the KS Kenda Women. And here with me is my teammate Emma.
Hello.
And Emma just recently finished a 5-day epic stage race, and I am interviewing her on her epic journey. So, hello, Emma.
Hello, Jen.
Okay, so the first thing kind of wanted to talk about is if you could talk about this journey, what made you want to go for it? What orange sealed the deal? And how did you, Shema, know what route to do?
That's a hard line of puns to follow.
No.
Wow. So in Oregon, with our COVID regulations, there's no bike racing. It's all canceled, certainly through September. And travel for me isn't really an option. I see clients clinically, and I just need to be really thoughtful about my exposure risks. But I really wanted to do something epic. My training's been going really well. Having this chunk of time where I can just train without having to taper for a race and recover from races. I just kind of wanted to test it all out. So, and I love stage racing. So I decided to do 5 days of epic rides back to back, self-supported, and enjoy my fitness that way.
Okay, 5 days, right? Did you pick 5 days because that's the standard stage race time, or there were like 5 specific trails you wanted to do?
It was it just seemed like the right number for stage races. Stage races generally run from like 3 days in mountain biking to 7 day. And then I'm sure there's some longer ones like Cape Epic and crazy stuff. But I've done 7 days and 6 days. And 5 just seemed perfect for being on my own.
Yeah. So were you on your own like the whole time through it, or did you have support kind of?
Not quite. The third day, my husband Joe was able to join me for that day. And my sister has been quarantining with my husband and I. And she helped me shuttle 2 different days and camped with me 2 of the nights, 3 of the nights, 2 of the nights that I was out. So had a little bit of companionship plus her dog, which was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like the riding for the most part, like you said, like Joe joined for 1 day. Try saying that 10 times fast. So he joined. So like on the ride, you have a lot of time to look at the trails, but also I know when I'm riding, I tend to like think of things. But what are some of the craziest thoughts you had while you were on this ride?
Ooh, so always thinking of ways to promote our team. At one point, I was coming up with like a team dance move.
Yeah.
I'm not into dance, so I don't know why I spent a lot of mental time thinking about that.
Most importantly, can I have a demo of this dance move?
Well, you've got to be on a bike because it's a biking move. It's kind of like synchronized swimming meets mountain biking on a very mellow trail.
Excellent. Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned.
KS Kenda Synchronized Biking is coming up next.
Next training camp, we'll get it all dialed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, better start practicing your track stands and hands-free biking.
Noted. That's great. I know like sometimes when I'm writing, I'll get a song stuck in my head. Did you get like any songs or like, you know how you get like that earworm and you're just like, baby bike Jesus.
So there's this song that I really love right now and it's called Woman. And I can't remember the band's name. I'm pretty sure it's a Finnish band. It's like Lapra Song. It's great. It's this big female powering song. And it was probably like by day 3 when it was going through my head that I had the big like aha moment about the song, that it's really about a woman transitioning to be a woman, which kind of made the song more awesome, but also was just a little odd that was like his word.
After 10 hours of playing it on loop in my head, I finally understood.
Yeah, so then I like actually looked up the song, and like woman is spelled with the X in it, and I was like, oh yeah, well, still an awesome song, and it's still about like looking at yourself in 5 years and seeing how strong you are. So it was amazing for me, but it's funny how you can totally turn a context into your own.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Epic.
Beware. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. Also not surprised at all. Like that's I feel like when you're on like those long rides by yourself, you like go into some of those like really weird spots in your brain.
And you're like, who, this is not the things that really fill my mind. But well, then of course I always like create world peace and solve all world problems, but then I forget the solution by the time I get to a pen and paper.
Mm,
Sorry, world, I'm letting you down.
darn. But music. And then also, I mean, you kind of like touched on it, but did you have like when you were writing? I'm assuming it was super, super pretty. But did you have any of those like, oh my god, I need to tell my friends moments?
You know, every single, is that true? Yes, all the rides I did, I have done at least once before in the last 5 years, which is kind of part of my intention, being completely solo and really far out in the middle of nowhere. But none of these rides had I ever done solo. I'd always had a partner with me. And they're such incredible rides, not only because of the terrain you get to go through, the views, the quality of the single track. I just really wish that I had had really my teammates with me, because riding with a group of women who ride at the same speed and technical confidence that I do, it would have been like exponentially more awesome.
Yeah. So
So you
I'm
guys were with me the whole time, just not quite.
yeah. So I'm thinking like Team Camp 2021, Emma stage race.
Yeah, well, it would definitely be remodeled a little bit, because I learned a little bit about being a race director for a stage race and how you choose days, and I definitely could have done things a little differently.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
good news is you've tested all that. So when I bring my Flatlander, Ohio legs out there, it'll be great.
yeah. Day one will not involve 5,000 feet of climbing over 12 miles.
I mean, that sounds really great.
Yeah, not.
Yeah. But and you did it on what bike did you do it on?
I did it on my Trail 429 that I actually have an enduro build on it, so it's got 140 travel on it. So it's a little bit big. Certainly it's a little heavier than my cross country bike, but it has a really good pedal platform, so I don't feel too limited climbing on the bike. But being by myself,
Mhm.
I really wanted kind of a little bit, I guess it's like the safety measures of a little bit bigger bike. So
Yeah.
if I'm riding sloppy and I make an error, the bike's kind of going to save me. And I definitely put it to its test. I definitely got pretty tired and made some not the best line choices, and the bike helped me ride them all out. So
Like,
yeah, I didn't, no blood was drawn on the 5 days. I know.
that's
Yeah.
impressive. As someone being me who likes to donate blood to the trail, if you will.
Yeah. I've made up for it since. So, penance has been made.
Excellent. And then, so like on those days when you were tired, what would you say you used to kind of like boost your spirits?
Oh, honest. So one of the great things about living in Oregon is we have a lot of water. And when I chose to do these 5 days, I kind of committed it to my calendar. And then we had a massive heat wave. And I know for most people this doesn't sound really hot, but we had like 90-degree temperatures every day, which I'm used to 70s at the hottest. Um, so
Yeah.
when I was kind of befuddled and motivation was dwindling because I was so tired, always knowing that I was pedaling to a lake or a creek was pretty magic. Yeah.
Yeah. A happy light at the end of the tunnel, just
Yeah.
relaxing. And
Yeah.
then,
I did get overheated one day, and it was a day that I called the Tour of Lakes. And it was like, as I was going by the fifth lake, I was like, why don't I just go swim? This is my own stage race. No one's going to pass me if I jump in the lake for a little bit. And I felt so amazing after that. Like I just crushed the last kind of hour and a half of that ride after that. It was awesome.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So for people like, I know I found it super motivational and I'm like already looking around my area to do my own little mini gen stage race. What are some of the like really big things that you'd say that are like key to doing this?
Um, so there's a lot that I learned. kind of like some of the safety things, making a smart bike choice, making sure that you're carrying way more than you normally would, even just on a day, if you are going to be really self-supported, which I knew I would be. I knew I would be easily 3 hours from any town in most of my rides at the furthest point, and I also knew that I wouldn't have cell service. So I had quite the mechanical quiver with me and quite the first aid quiver with me. I mean, and I'm such a dork. I even had like a space blanket with me. I had like iodine pills in case I ran out of water. Um, a whistle in case I did get injured, so I wouldn't have to yell for help. That if somebody eventually came by, I could just be whistling. So I did a lot of things like that, which was a little maybe, but I just kind of took from some of the bike packers that I know and asked them kind of about stuff. So definitely had a little bit more than I normally would take. And I also, though, had a really firm itinerary that I left with Joe and my sister. And every day I knew that I would be able to check in with them at the end of my day, just so that they knew that I would be there, even though one day that meant driving like, I don't know, like 10 miles up an Insano gravel road to find 1 bar of cell service. But it was just really important to me to know that somebody knew that I made it back and I was in one piece.
Yeah.
Was a big thing. Um, and then definitely like course selection, which is where I think I learned a lot. Um, my first day was a really big monster climb day. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm fresh. That'll be great. With some logistics of getting there, I didn't start riding until later in the day than I had planned. It turned out to be 91 degrees, and I was on the Pacific side of the Cascade, so it was humid too. And I got up on a ridge line and didn't really get much shade. So it was a pretty hard, long, hot day that even with um, doing my best to control my effort, I ended up going really deep on that first day. And it's really hard to recover when you're going to be riding long, hard days if you go in that deep on the first day. So, King Stage on day one is not such a good choice.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
say like a stage like 3 day?
Yeah, like, yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But like, ideally, the next day is like a shorter day or a more downhill trending day. Yeah, that would be a way better.
Downhill trending, for those of you that don't know, is Emma's term for there's some downhill, but you definitely go up still.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone needed to know, downward trending still has climbs. Yeah. Oh, sweet. I'm excited. What is up next for you in Adventureland?
Again, I've been kind of trying to scheme around from my doorstep. Um, I've got a whole bunch of really big single track loops I can do. So I think my next adventure is to self-support for 100-mile day and do it all on single track except for the not even mile from my house to the trailhead.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
I
should
was
be
like,
fun.
we're definitely gonna have to catch up on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, it'll be a long day. I'm not like into ultra distance
Yeah.
like that, but just again, this year lets you do some different things and yeah, doing
Yeah.
different.
I don't know if you can see Otis licking the dirt off
No,
my.
no, no. He's licking hydration mix, right? It's hot out.
Yeah, that's what he's doing because he definitely
Mhm.
needs some Rocktain energy. That'll help with his anxiety.
Woo!
Yeah. But sweet. Well, that is our Emma's moment in minutes. And thanks, guys,